The building of the tabernacle. Exodus chapters 35 through 40. Moses gathered all the Israelites and told them about the tabernacle, a beautiful place for worship that God wanted them to build. They took the gold, silver, and bronze, along with the clothes and jewelry they had brought out of Egypt, and offered them freely for the tabernacle and the priest's garments. Skilled women spun goat's hair and blue, purple, and scarlet material and fine linen. The men brought acacia wood, precious stones, spices, and oil. The tabernacle was built following God's directions and made of the finest materials. It had 2 rooms separated by a floor-to-ceiling curtain or veil. The smaller room was called the Holy of Holies. It contained only the Ark of the Covenant. The Ark was a wooden box or chest. It was covered inside and out with pure gold. The 2 stone tablets on which the 10 Commandments were written were placed in the Ark. Later, a pot of manna and Aaron's rod that budded were also put into the Ark. Rings of gold were set at its 4 feet, and long poles covered with gold were placed in the rings so the Ark could be carried. The cover of the Ark was called the mercy seat. It was made out of 1 solid block of pure gold. This cover had a cherub with wings outstretched on each end. The cherubim were to face each other. No one except a priest was to touch the Ark, as it was the very throne of God on earth. Here God met with the high priest once each year when the high priest went into the Holy of Holies to atone for the sins of the people. God told the people to place certain furnishings in the larger room, the holy place. These furnishings were covered with gold and included an altar of incense, a table holding unleavened bread, and a lampstand to hold 7 lamps. The bread was placed fresh every Sabbath upon the table, and the priest would eat the old loaves in the holy place. Outside the tabernacle, in the fenced outer court, the altar for burnt offerings stood beside the bronze laver. The laver was where the priest had to wash their hands and feet in water before entering the tabernacle, or they would die. God used the tabernacle and its furnishings to give us an example of the Christian religion. The Holy of Holies represented heaven. The holy place represented the church. The mercy seat represented Christ, our place of mercy. The lampstand represented the light of the gospel. The incense was like the prayers of Christians. The actions of the priest washing in the laver represented baptism or cleansing. The high priest represented Christ, and the priest represented Christians. So the Old Testament tabernacle was a picture of the New Testament church.